Hello students, this is Shweta Roy. This video is for chapter 3 Geography part 3 Biotic Resources, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife. So we have already discussed about the natural vegetation, and here in this video we will discuss about the wildlife. First we'll have a look for types and distribution of natural vegetation, and then we'll start with the topic of wildlife. In that we have subtopics: distribution of wildlife, importance or utilization of wildlife, human impact on wildlife, conservation of wildlife. So these are some of the important topics which we'll discuss in this video. So here we will discuss about types and distribution of natural vegetation. So natural vegetation is categorized in forest, grassland and shrubs. And there are various types of natural vegetation in different parts of the world. So some of them we will discuss in the chapter. So here you can see a chart. As we discussed, natural vegetation is divided into forest, grassland and shrubs. So in forests, we have tropical evergreen, tropical deciduous, temperate evergreen, temperate deciduous, Mediterranean vegetation and coniferous forest. So these are the forests which we are going to discuss in this chapter. Then you have grasslands, temperate grassland and tropical grassland. Then you have shrubs, deserted vegetation and tundra. So we will discuss about forest in this chapter, in this video. Here you have a world map, and you can go through this and you can understand the various natural vegetation divided in our world. So here we have the topic wildlife, and wildlife means the animals, birds and the other organism that live in their natural habitat. Those comes in wildlife. It is a significant part of our ecosystem. Now as you know that forest is home for many birds, animals, reptiles and other microorganisms. And forest contains a wide range of animals from single-celled creature like amoeba to more complex and big animals like elephants. Now, within their natural habitat, plants and animals, they live together and they interact with each other to meet their requirements. Actually, they are interdependent on each other. Now, in India, we have different types of animals: birds, reptiles, amphibians, mammals, fish, insects, and worms, etc. We have many different types of animals. Now, if you talk about animals, we have 89,000 species of animals and 1200 species of birds, and they are collectively known as wildlife or fauna of a country. They are called wildlife or fauna of a country. Now it is considered that around 80% of all wildlife species of the world find representation in India. Now here we will talk about the distribution of wildlife. So different parts of the world will have different kinds of animals, and we'll discuss about that. So here we have the different continents. We have Africa, North America, South America, Asia, Europe, Australia and Antarctica. And according to that, we have different wildlife. So in Africa, we have elephants, hippopotamus, rhinoceros, crocodiles, deer, giraffes, zebras, cheetahs and leopards. When we go to North America, we'll find reindeer, Arctic foxes, polar bears, caribou, moose and mountain lion. When you go to South America, you can find rhea, condor, anteaters, armadillos, llamas, anaconda, monkeys and jaguars. When we go to Asia, we'll find monkeys, tigers, sloths, elephants, lions, rhinos, bears, lynx, mink, muskox, peacock, cranes and herons. When you go to Europe, you will find wolves, wild boars, sheep, rabbit, foxes, skylark and partridges. When you go to Australia, you will find emu, kangaroo, wallaby, kookaburra or laughing jackals. Then when you go to Antarctica, you will find krills, whales, penguins and snow petrels. Now here we have a question to check your progress. Prepare a smart art graphic to show different types of wildlife along with their continents. Now we have the topics importance or utilization of wildlife. So wildlife is essential for survival of human being. They provide us milk, meat, hides and wool. Insects like bees, they provide us honey. Also they help flowers in pollination. There is important role of wildlife in ecological and biological process. So they are very important for our life also. Wildlife also plays a key role in germination, soil generation, nutrient cycling, waste breakdown and all this. Birds feed insects and they act as decomposer. Now if we talk about birds like vulture, they have ability to feed on dead livestock. So like this, the scavengers, they are considered a vital cleanser of the environment. They clean the environment. And the wildlife maintains a balance in the ecosystem. So it is very important for our survival too. Now we have the topic human impact on wildlife. So as you know, the humans are exploiting the wildlife resources. Their demands are increasing and to fulfill those increasing demands, they are just exploiting the nature. They are involved in poaching, which results in sharp decline in number of particular species. That means because of that, a number of species can be extinct. Like animals, you have lion, tiger, elephant, deer, black buck, crocodile, rhinoceros, snow leopard, ostrich, peacock. They are poached for collection and also for illegal trade of skin, nails, teeth, horns, feathers. So for this they are poached. So we should protect these animals. Now we have the conservation of wildlife. As you know, the wildlife maintains the balance in the ecosystem. They are a precious gift of the nature for the human being. So it is essential to conserve them for the coming generation. So for this, several biosphere reserves are established. They are actually the series of protected areas linked through global network. Now national parks, wildlife sanctuaries are made to protect the wildlife. When we talk about natural park, it is natural area which is designated to protect the ecological integrity of one or more ecosystems for the present and future generation. And when we talk about wildlife sanctuary, it is a reserved area which is meant for preservation and development of endangered animals. So wildlife is only for endangered animals, whereas in national parks, plants and trees are also protected. Now creeks, lakes and wetlands should be also conserved. Also the animal hunting should be prohibited. So for this there are several laws which is passed against the hunting of animals and birds. We already have some of the laws for that. Now in our country, killing of peacock, great India bustards, lions, deer and tigers is illegal. Now at regional and community level, some awareness program should be encouraged. And we have some of the social forestry and Van Mahotsav programs which are the example of these awareness programs. Now youth should also be encouraged to visit nature camps, natural parks and wildlife sanctuaries so that they can appreciate the habitat of varied species. Now trading of animals and birds should be prohibited. So to meet this purpose, we have an international convention CITES which has been introduced, and CITES stand for Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. Fauna is for wildlife and flora is for the plants and trees. Okay. Now it is an international agreement. CITES is an international agreement which is between various governments, and the moral duty is conserve plants and animals. So here we have a question to check your progress. You need to collect more information about the international convention which is CITES. I hope you all understood all the topics taught in this video. Thank you.